welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing a bit of, I know I've got a book here, but what I'm actually doing is going to be showing my collection, I suppose you want to call it, of colouring materials, not books, colouring materials, and in particular we are looking at pens. So gel pens, alcohol markers, water-based markers, just fine liners, all of the things, because I've had this as a request and I can't show all of my art supplies at once because that would just take, that'd be like a 3-hour video. So we're going to break it down and we are just going into our pens. And the reason I've got this here is because, one, it means you're not looking at a blank table while I'm doing my intro, but also it leads into the first bit. So I thought I would start with gel pens. I'm going to try and move quickly because I do have a lot of things to go through, and yeah, we want it to be not the longest video on earth. So the reason I've got this is my creative companion. Now I'm not very good with journals and diaries and planning, so the way I worked this was to work in colours. And so I have this pencil case here. This is specifically for pens to use in my organiser, because I found that I actually use my organiser just because I can do it in multicoloured rainbows. So I've got lots of variety. I've got some glitter gel pens, I've got some, you know, these funny changing colour ones that go through, I don't know what they call them, swirls maybe, which are good for writing in, and some metallic gel pens. Oh, I've got them all, and I've even got a couple of fine liners in there, which you'll see the rest of those. But yeah, I thought I would start with this and then we can get that out of the way with. It's just a small pencil case, regular pencil case. I got that from my AliExpress haul last year. I think it only cost me like 90p or something, and yeah, that's what I keep for that. So I keep this pencil case always with my art journal. Art journal, that sounds so yeah, I'm not arty. With my organiser, let's call it that. So yeah, that's the start of my gel pens. Moving on, so this is my other pencil case of gel pens. So these are like the active gel pens. These are all the ones that have been started and, you know, might be near the end of their life. Just for comparison, I'll get this one back. So this is the normal pencil case size, and that's versus this, and you can see how much fatter it is. So it's like a mega case, and yeah, so I'll open it up. You can see this is jammed full of pens, and all of them have been started. So these are where I have my ongoing ones. In theory, when they get low, I'll just chuck them away, but look, I'm pretty sure that's empty. That's a sign I should sort it out, isn't it? Because this is a very, very full pencil case. Now, I do like this pencil case, or gel pen case, as the case may be. That's a lot of cases. Yes, it is rammed full. There's a lot in there. The good thing I like about this pencil case, I think I've mentioned this case before, in fact, is it's got a side zip, which means you can open it up, and you can see, you can dive straight to the bottom. So you don't always have to pull out every single pen just to get to the ones at the bottom. You get into from the side, and you can even put some in. The only time I use these is when I have a project that I'm working on and I want to separate some out, so I can put some in the side pocket there. But aside from that, so yeah, these are my active gel pens. Now the gel pens I use are a variety of brands. One, if you're in the UK, Poundland do a set of 10 gel pens. They're really good. They're just so good for £1. They are excellent, and so I use them a lot as my budget gel pens. And then a lot of pens, well, I'll show you, some of them are in there and some of them are in my next box. I'll put this over here for the moment. Are ones that I've got from Lidl, and we also have these ones. So these are Scribblicious ones. These are unopened packets, so we're starting to move into my spares and backups, because if you know me, I use gel pens a lot, so there is never going to be a time where I run out of a colour of gel pen, because like there'll be like 2 spares. So I actually got these as a Christmas present. My other half bought them, just a couple of Scribblicious ones. These come from the works. I will try and remember to go through all of the different, if there's places you can buy them online. A lot of the stuff I get from Amazon and or the works, which you can buy these online I think as well. I'll try and leave links below though where I can. But yeah, my other half bought these as a Christmas present, just as a stocking filler, because he knew I was, you know, I need gel pens in my life. Have I used that one? That one's. Let's have a look. I must have used that one, or I've been gypped. I don't remember using that one because it's not in there. I thought these were spare packs. Oh, how rude. Anyway. So yeah, Scribblicious. These are more budget gel pens, but I think they're about £2 a pack. But they're really nice. They have these holographic, I'll open it up again, on their caps. And they have this little Scribblicious. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but the writing here where it says Scribblicious is sort of a hologram. So they are quite nice. Yeah, so those are backup gel pens. Put these here. And then this is like my super backup of loose gel pens. So what I tend to do is I buy a lot of sets, and if I use a pen colour faster than others, then quite often the ones I don't use so much become spares, but it's still more cost effective to buy the bigger sets. So these are my spare gel pens, and I've got them in a shortbread box, which is, you know, biscuits. And it's a Christmas one. This is, I recycle everything if I can. So in here we have a mixture of all kinds. So we've got our luminous ones, and we have we do have glitter ones. Oh, that shouldn't be there either. I'll put that over there. And pastel colours, glitter, metallic. So a lot of these, some of these I should say, are really old ones. Whoops, the ones that are the odd colours like the pastels and the neons came from my Colour Technics gel pen set, 120. Yeah, and that's where the swirls come from in the other pencil case. And this was like basically the first set of gel pens, like big set of gel pens I bought off Amazon. I don't know if they're still available because I bought them like maybe 2 years ago now. And yeah, so I've still got the neons. I don't use them. Well, I do use them, it's just I've got neons elsewhere as well, so they've just not been used up fast enough. So we have them, and then the other set I've got is from Lidl, which is a budget supermarket that we have over here, and they only have them once a year, but every time around the back to school time, so August, they sell these sets of 30 gel pens, which will be 10 metallic, 10 glitter, and then 10 neon, for about £3.99. Also really, really good, and they're the ones you can always tell, the little ones, because they come with these fat ink barrels as opposed to the thin ones. I don't know if you can see the difference there. Fat, thin. I should probably pick a colour that looks better, shouldn't I? This one. Fat ink barrel, thin ink barrel. So yeah, the little pens are really good. But they are all my spares and backups. Yeah, I cannot be without lots of gel pens because I use them all the time. It might look like a lot, it is quite a lot, but I do actually use them. These are one supply that I always use on a regular basis. And then last but not least, I have my Posh, my not very much not budget gel pens. These are my Posh ones. Love these. So we've just got a handful in here. I'll pull them all out because I love these. So we have in here a variety. So you can tell from these, I've only got a few of them, but I've got a few of the Jelly Roll Stardust. Just 3. I think I bought them open stock from Colt Pens to try them out. I quite like them, but they're not, I don't know. They have a very, very fine sparkle. And so yeah, if you're looking for a more subtle glitter, then I think the Stardust is good. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm quite on the Jelly Roll wagon that's like screams they're amazing. This is my favourite gel pen of the Uniball Signo Metallic, and that's the bronze one. This is so lovely. This was my spare. It's almost like if gold and rose gold and copper all sort of got together. It's just a really warm, it's bronze, but it's more like a nice warm caramel, and I love this gel pen. There's 2 in here, but one of them doesn't work. This one that's got some ink gone, that I was doing my Christmas daily advent calendar, and I found out that this one had broken, or it's full, but it just, nothing comes out. And I just couldn't bring myself to throw it away because it's nearly full, but I should throw it away. And we have some Signos, the glitter ones as well. They're alright, I quite like the Signos, but they are not my favourite because these are next coming up are my favourites. But I still use them. I'm not gonna rag on them because I still do use them. Look, you can see there's only that much left of the pink. I just don't use them as often. And the metallics, I do like their metallics actually. The metallics are better than their glitter gel pens. The problem with the glitter is they're almost too glittery in that when you look at them face down, the glitter looks as like dark speckles, so you turn them into the light and they turn into this beautiful sheen, but it's just when you're looking at them face on, they go blotchy, which is sad, makes me sad. And these, oh, there's another Signo, get rid of that one. And these are my, oh, and another Signo, that's the silver. Any more? Right. Okay, so these are my Pentel Dual Metallics. Absolutely, without question, my favourite gel pens of all time. So if you're not familiar with them, they colour shift. So some are better than others. This goes pink to metallic blue. This one is straight silver and straight gold. And then, but we've got things like here where it goes yellow, so gold basically, into metallic green. And this is my favourite, or one of my favourites. I need to get a new one of this. I've nearly run out of ink. This is the black metallic red, and it's really, really deep red. And my next favourite is the orange and metallic yellow. Really nice, bright and deep orange. Great for Halloween time, some pictures. So yeah. Oh, and there is one more. Which is it? Is it that one? What's that? Green metallic blue. I think it's that one. Yes. Look how much ink is left of that one as well. So those are my favourites. Right. I need to move on because I said I don't want to take too long, don't I? So yeah, stop talking and get. Do you know what? I'm going to pack that away after. Right. Next, let's go on to fine liners. So these are the fine liners I've got. These are the first fine liners I ever got. In fact, one of the first colouring things I ever got. It actually opens up like that, so you can stand them up. And these are the Stabilos fine liners, 0.88. They're 04, so they're quite a narrow tip. And yeah, my other half bought these. When I first got a colouring book, like a freebie one, he bought me these just so I could, just so I had something to colour in that wasn't just horrible. The worst pencils ever on earth that I had, which had no colour, no pigment in them. So I got those. They're still going strong, so these are a good 3 years old, and yeah, still going strong. Recommend those, they do go well. I've got this. Now, the reason why I got this for Christmas, this is a colouring set, which, no, I haven't coloured in it yet. Yes, I plan to. It's on my to-do list. Basically, you colour them in and then you turn them into a model. Now, the reason I've included them is they do come with this set of fine liners, but as I haven't, sorry for the noisy, I haven't actually used them yet, so I can't tell you. Oh, I thought they was fine liners, but look at that, they're actually felt tips. How about that? That's the first time I've looked at them. So, yeah, so I shouldn't have put them in with my fine liners. I assumed they would be. So I'll quickly put these away. And I'll get you onto my only other fine liners that I have. So these are the Arteza 72 fine liners. I'm not sure if they even make these. I think they do. They've got these other ones out now though, which I don't have, called what are they called? Ink Tonics or something like that. But these are just the regular ones. So it's missing two. Those are in my pencil case. And you can see I've just written on here, I did that with a Posca pen, I think, because they don't have any names on them. It's just really annoying. And you do have to swatch them because these do not swatch true to their caps, not even remotely. So you can pick up something like this and it'll be like coming out like this. I mean, like not even close. So yeah, I definitely had to swatch these. But they're quite nice fine liners. I don't use them very often, but more because I'm not much of a fine liner. Well, I'm not much of a water-based marker person, but occasionally I'll pull them out to do a mandala or something like that. So that's my fine liners. So sticking with water-based markers though. So I've got some super tips. So these are like the Crayola super tips. I bought this set in Walmart a couple of years back when I was on holiday in America. If you're in the UK, you know that the 100 set isn't easy to get hold of sometimes. I think you can only get it on Amazon. I don't think I've ever seen it in a shop. But and they can sometimes be really expensive. And this wasn't. This was just like, oh, I'd like to say it was something like $14, which is about £10. I mean, it was really cheap, which is the only reason I got it, because I hadn't really planned to get super tips. I don't really use them that much. But I have since found out, luckily, they do work really well in my Disney Vitralis book. And this is some super tips that I bought from a supermarket in the UK called Sainsbury's. I don't even know if they still make them. I got these when I first started colouring. Right early. And I think they only cost like £2 or something maybe. And there was 12 super tips inside. These are obviously own brand. I'm not sure whether they should have called them super tips. I'm fairly sure super tips is a brand name, but never mind. But yeah, maybe that's why they don't sell them anymore. I don't remember seeing them in there, but they were all right, but nothing too exciting. As I say, I just got these right at the start when I was looking to when I didn't have anything basically. So if I saw something cheap, I grabbed it. So those are my super tips. Those over there. Right, and now on to the last, no, not quite the last, but these are water-based. These are the Faber-Castell Pit Artist Brush Pens. So these are really nice because they have, they're made with India ink. So not to get confused, what the India ink is, it's the type of pigment. It's not what makes, it's a really nice posh box, this, look. You get this little thread and you pull it and all the things come out. It's lovely. I only got these because they was half price on a Amazon Prime Day. I don't think I could justify them otherwise, but they are fantastic pens. But yes, being India ink pens, that is the type of pigment used. That's not, so they are water-based markers. They're not alcohol, they're water-based, which means they will streak, because the methods that's used to spread the pigment around is either water or alcohol. It's not India ink. India ink is the colour, what gives it the pigment. It's not what it uses to transport the colour. So yeah, that's my very long, short way of saying that these do streak. As I found out the first time I used them, I tried to do it on a face and I wrecked the face. But these are lovely. They have nice, lovely earthy tones. There, as I say, they are brush tips. This one's a bit mangled. They're quite old, and yeah, I would like to recommend them. I do recommend them, but they're kind of a recommend on the basis of if you don't have to worry too much about budget, because they are so expensive, but they last ages and they're really nice quality, and from that, you know, aspect of things, they're fantastic. I love these pens, but they're so expensive. Fortunately, you can buy them open stock, so as these start to run out, I'll just replace them at 1 or 2 at a time, and it won't hurt. But yeah, they're very expensive, but I love them. And then for some more water-based ones, these are, I've not actually used these except to swatch them and put them in a haul video. I bought these from a place called TJ Maxx, which in the UK is a bit of a budget store, and very occasionally they have colouring stuff come up, and they had these are Sakuras, the Sakura Koi. So these are, again, these are brush pens, really nice brush tips on them, and I did like them when I swatched them. Fortunately, it's only 6 colours. These pens are quite expensive, because they was even in here, I mean, the recommended retail price was £13. I got them for $4.99, so it's better than half price. And I did check on Amazon, and they are still cheap in comparison to Amazon. I bought them with the view to putting them on some, you know, on a palette and use them as a bit of a watercolour, just as a sort of, I don't know, as a wash, background wash. But I've not actually had the chance to do it yet, but I still really like them, and I do want to use them. And then last of my water-based markers, so these are the Arteza Real Brush Pens. This is the one that I bought them in about 2 years ago, 18 months ago, something like that. I think they have changed their packaging. I think they might have actually changed how the pens work as well, because these pens, hang on, I've got it upside down. These pens are, they have this brush tip, but they have a brush, can you see, it's like a paintbrush. They're bristles. And I think now they've changed it to be more like, you know, like a felt, like a Tombow brush type thing. That sort of nylon tip. But these are really nice. These are what I'm currently using to colour my Dragons page for a colour and chat that I'm doing. Yeah, so really nice. Again, you can use these, you can put these down on a palette and use them as a like a watercolour. In fact, the set does come with a water brush pen, which I don't have in it, but yeah, you do get a water brush pen with this set, but I actually just use them as straight markers. Yeah, so that is all my water-based markers. Right, so next, I wasn't actually sure whether to include this in, because they're paint markers, but they are markers, they're paint pens, but they're my Poscas. So I've got this set, they're the multicolour set. This is the one with the, oh, what's it called? 1M. So they have like the hard plastic tip. So they're not the smallest you can get, but they're quite small. And I use these for putting highlights on usually, or if it's a small area, I can use them as a background. So obviously I use the white and the black most. But occasionally I want to put on like a different colour highlight, or I want to take out a key line. For example, I did a Kirby page with lots of trees, and I used the green, or greens, I think, I might have used both of them, to remove all the key lines from the treetops, which worked really well. So that's what I use these Poscas for. I bought these off of Amazon. I don't know if you can still get this 12 set, because again, this is something I bought quite a while back. But yeah, so they're my Posca paint pens. And then I've got these. Again, these came from TJ Maxx. $7.99 instead of $12.99. So these are quite expensive. They're the Spectrum Sparkle brush pens. Let me just get them out. And they're 3 colours. So they're champagne. Oh, I don't know what they're called. Gold, moonlight, soft jade, and champagne. And they are quite nice. I do like them. I need to be careful, because if you squeeze, if you push this, it pumps the thing through. Yeah, so I had a feeling I squeezed that. So that is what it looks like. That's the raw ink. I shouldn't have done that. Don't do that, folks. So these give a sort of look at the mess. I'm gonna have to pause and wipe my hands. Right, that didn't happen. We'll never talk of that again. So these are things they do come tinted, so you can use them as a colour by themselves, or if you've got something pink and you could just use this over the top, and it would, you know, complement it, because the pink will still show through, and it's sort of, and it gives a sort of sheen, like a really, really, really fine sparkle. It's like it makes it glisten. So it's quite a subtle effect. I have mixed feelings about these. One, because you can get the occasional accident. They do bleed through the paper, I've found, nearly always, unless it's really, really thick paper. And they're not that sparkly. But you know, I like my bling to be blingy. I'm not a subtle girl, so I know lots of people do like these, but I probably, whilst I've had these for a while, and I do like to put sparkle on things, the fact that I've only used them 2 or 3 times says generally how I feel about these. I don't know, maybe if I saw some again in different colours at a really, really good price, I would give it another go. But they're sort of the things that are there, but I wouldn't go out of my way to use them. And then here, this is an old chocolate box, Ferrero Rocher, in case you're wondering. I do like to recycle things. So these are just some random hodgepodge of markers that I've got from, mostly from Walmart, I think. I think I got them from Lidl in the UK. So these were like metallic pens they had a couple of years back, I think for Christmas. And these are the Crazy Arts, and also, what are the other ones? I've got some other ones somewhere. Oh, I know, they'll be in with my, I think they're in with my Sharpies. So yeah, we'll just go with the Crazy Arts, which are metallic and glitter markers. They're all right. I use them occasionally. They were cheap, and yeah, it's just, they're all right. They're all right, but they're not something that I rush to use. There are better things out there, but you know, these are, they've got the ones, they've got the little ball in them to mix them up. But it's, yeah, they're all right. We'll just stick it at that. If you saw them on a deal, well, in the UK you won't because you don't have a Walmart. If you're in the States and you see them on a deal, then I'd get them, and you know, they're all right. Let me see if I can say they're all right one more time. So let's start with the Sharpies that I keep very glamorously in an ice cream tub. And these are where I keep all my Sharpies and a few other things. So these are the Bic marking highlighters. So these are actually water-based. I mudded up the tip. What was I doing in that? Can't remember. Oh, I was doing a yeah, I was doing a grayscale book. So that's the ink from the book, from the printing. But these are the Sharpies, and I do have a few of the Bic markings. So these are the metallic ones. So that's metallic silver, they're okay. And this is where, sorry, there's a hair there. And we've got, where are they? So this is where I was talking about, that's, whoops, that's another one. In here somewhere is, right, okay, so this is what I was looking for. So these are the Pen and Gear ones. So these also came from Walmart, and they're also metallic markers. They look fairly like the Bic markings, and they have this nib. So they're a bit like a metallic Sharpie. They're actually pretty good, to be honest. And I seem to recall they was pretty cheap because they're Pen and Gear, and you know, that I think, I'm not sure if Pen and Gear is one of Walmart's own brands, but they're certainly, you know, a budget brand. So yeah, this is where I keep all of my Sharpies, all of my metallic markers, anything that looks remotely like a Sharpie. So these, for reference, these are the Sharpie knockoffs that you get in the UK from Poundland. They cost £1 for 10. I don't think they're very good. I think if you're desperate for an alcohol marker, then by all means get them. But I wasn't impressed. I had one run out almost straight away. So yeah, right. Those are those. Put those over there. In here we have another pencil case. The reason why it's only small is because this is where I've got all my, you know, ultra fine tips. So these are the ones that look like fine liners. They've got those really, really small tips on them, which you can see. They are alcohol based though, permanent markers. And I've got them in a few colours. So generally, I've never bought a set of these on purpose, but they do these Sharpie sets occasionally. They come in a big square box that are in like a big round, sort of like a flower, almost, with all the pens, like a wheel. Let's go with a wheel. All the pens are like in a big circle, and they usually include a few of these ultra fines, and that's why I've got these, because every now and again they turn up in like Tesco's, which is a supermarket in the UK, for like £10 or something, and there's like 30 pens in them. It's a bargain. So occasionally I'll pick up one of them just to top up my Sharpies. What next? So this is the first alcohol marker set that I ever bought. I bought this a couple of years ago, and they was Homecube. I don't think you can get them anymore. I got them on Amazon, but it was 60 set. You can see this. There's a few gone, and I know there's a few that's really running low. But these are mostly the colours that don't get used much, like fluorescent orange and fluorescent green. So occasionally, if I've got a very small area that I want to colour in alcohol marker, then I'll pull out one of these trying to finish them off. But that was a really good set. I think obviously they were, I don't know, they kind of, I don't know who used them, but there was a really good set. I don't know why they stopped making them. I think maybe, I'm not sure, they might be similar to stuff at the time all came out with Le Mouche markers, and I don't know if they just killed the market or if they were the same ones and they just got rebranded. I don't know. They're very good. I think probably they're part of the Touch range. Talking of which, these are my Litchi Tree markers, which I bought just because I like the bag. Yes, but these are alcohol markers. I did do a complete swatching video of these if you're interested. I'll put a link up in the corner. But these are twin markers, so it's a bullet nib one end and a chisel tip the other end. And these are nice because the colours in them are generally quite pastel for a marker set. It's a bigger set. I think it goes up to 120 or something like that, but you can get them in different breakdowns, and this was just like the manga set, I think, maybe, or the animated set, something like that. It's all on details in the video that I've done the swatching on. The reason one is missing, there was one that I did during the swatching that it was just, yeah, actually there's two missing. What's missing? I've got one laying, I must have one somewhere out. But one of the markers I did, I think the brown that goes here, is it laid down funny during the swatch and it was all sort of sticky, and I thought it was just because it must have been up on one end. But that did actually run out not long after I started using it, so that's why there's a hole there, and I think the blue is on my desk somewhere, I think. But yeah, otherwise, apart from that rogue marker, that was pretty good. I got this on a lightning deal though. I'm not sure what they usually go for, but I know I didn't pay very much for them, so it would be very hard for these to go wrong just because they were so cheap when I bought them. Yeah, that's more alcohol markers. And next we're going to go for some alcohol markers. Again, I bought these when I was on holiday in the United States. These are Pen and Gear again, so I bought them from Walmart because that's how I roll. I go on holiday and I go to a budget supermarket. And but yeah, these are alcohol markers. They come in a really cool case actually, because this case flips open and you do all the latches like that, and there's latches at the end, so I assume you can do it, I don't know, but yeah, so the numbers I've had them is for one of my colour by number sets. So the reason I like these, in fact, let me just get this one up as well. So these are the exact same markers, but these are like Sharpies with fat tips, and these are with a narrow tip. Okay, but the colours are exactly the same. Exactly the same, so it's great. I bought both sets. I think they cost about $20 each. So that's about, I don't know, £14. And yeah, because they are exactly the same colours, it means if you're colouring a picture with little details on, you can use the little nib, and then if you've got a bigger area, you can switch to the Sharpie version. So I'll just show you these, pull them out, and so you can see what the tip is like. So yeah, they're these really nice small tips, and yeah, the only problem I had with these, and there's probably a few still like it, to be honest, I'll have a look, but when I got these, I came back from America in like October, I think, or maybe early November, and then it was Christmas, and I almost immediately went into a colouring slump, so I didn't actually touch them for the best part of like 4 months. And then when I opened them up again, some of the nibs looked a bit crusty. And I think what it is the ink that was in the nib was just sitting there, and then it's the moisture dried out and it just left sort of a crusty bit on the outside. But that was fine. I just scratched it off on a piece of paper and a bit of persistence, and it got the ink flowing again, and everything was, there you are. So this is one, I had a feeling I wouldn't have used it, but can you just see there's this little orange gloop on it, but that just scratches off on paper. So it is fine, it's not very attractive. I don't use these ones very much. I need to use these ones more, because these are the ones that are more like Sharpies. These ones I use all the time because they're narrow tip. I really like them. So yeah, those are from the USA, so tough luck if you're in the UK. Though they might sell them in somewhere like Asda, but then, yeah. And then last but not least of my alcohol markers, so these are my precious. So precious that I do actually keep them in the packets that they come in. So you'll have just seen these in my Cult Pens haul. I'll leave that up in the corner, where I bought these from in my recent haul. So these are the dual tone Copics. These are the pastel Copics, and this is the manga set of Copics. And these are the only Copics I own. I love them though. I do love them. If you're not familiar with Copics, they are expensive, but they have this really, really nice brush tip. Love the brush tip, and the colours are lovely, and they are refillable, which means you're not throwing away so much plastic. And in fact, you need to get the refills in order to, in my opinion, in order to justify the cost, because you would never pay. These were discounted, and it still cost me about, it works out about £3 a pen, which is about $4.50 a pen. So yeah, you couldn't justify buying these if you, because they're quite a narrow barrel, so they don't even last a long time. Because you know, you think about how much of that is actual pen, is only this bit, that they don't hold a huge amount of ink. So you would never buy them as a one-off. These are definitely an investment, and when you buy them, even if you can get them discounted, you need to bear in mind that where you're getting the value is by buying the refills, and then the refills work out in the long term. The refills will fill the pens more than 7 times. So, but the refills cost about £6, which is twice the price of one pen. So obviously you need to be using these a lot, and you need to be using the refills, and that is where you get your value from. But these ones are the manga ones, which I use these for my skin tones, and they've got some nice pastels in here. These are very similar, obviously the pastel set, so these do kind of play nicely, because I love this buttercup yellow. It's one of my favourite colours. But these are really nice pastels. And then these are the jewel tones, which I got just the other day, and this gold, which I was calling yellow because it is called a yellow. It's called, well, it's called a Y28, but it's actually Lionette Gold, and it's a really nice colour. So yeah, they are my precious, and I do use them. I don't use them all the time. I can tend to default to my budget ones, but mostly what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use up my budget ones and gradually build up a Copic collection, words, and then by doing that, by the time I've run out of all the alcohol markers, the budget ones that I've got, hopefully I'll have enough Copics to not have to keep rebuying new ones. The only one I think I'll probably continue to buy is something like Sharpies, because they're so cheap. But yeah, those are my precious Copics, and we're getting near the end now. Oop. So the one thing I have here is, this is what I keep on my desk, of just a mishmash of things. So I've got some super tips in there because I've pulled these out for a project, and I wanted to keep them separate because I wasn't sure, I haven't actually used them yet, but I wasn't sure which ones I want to do because they're various shades of blue and blue-green. But I put them there because super tips, if you look in the super tips box, I'll show you. If you ever look in the super tips box, there is just no order in them. They're just like, it's just like a free-for-all. So once I found my colours that I wanted, I have to keep them separate. So I'll keep them in my pot, and I've got a couple of black, that's a black gel pen. I've got a white gel pen. I've got this paint pen that hasn't even been opened. I don't know what to do with it, but I've put it there anyway for now. I've got a couple of Tombos. So the Tombos, this is the black Tombow, which I sometimes use. These are the only Tombos I have, which I use for background sometimes. They're water-based, but they do a good black background. And I've got this, which is the what's it called? That used to be green. So that's been sitting there for a while. This is the blender. So you can actually use this for ink tents. If you don't want to risk your ink tents bleeding through a page with too much water, then you can just use this, and you just have to make sure you scrub off the tip before you start, because it might contaminate colours. It does hold on to. I've got a normal pen there. Oh, there's my Disney Cruise Line one. That's just a biro. And I've got a gel pen, I've got a Posca pen, a black Posca. So basically this is mostly where I keep all my black pens. So these are my fine liners, you know, the pigment pens for putting in key lines again. Most of these, in fact all of these, I got from set. So when I bought the Signo's gel pens, I got one of these free. The Copics, that came with the manga set. I'll show you the manga set. So yeah, that's this one. So yeah, most of these I've got for free, or not for free, but you know, parts of the set. This pigment line I got for Cult Pens. I think they were selling it for 10p as a sampler, so it's like an orange. And I got this for free from Derwent. All you had to do was pay postage, and that's a purple one, which is what this paint pen was as well. That was free. And that came with the lychee markers, the alcohol markers. Again, this came with for free. That's the matching partner of this Derwent line maker. I've got a black metallic, black Sharpie fine point. I've got a black Sharpie like fat point. That's not what you call them. What do you call? These are the ultra fine points. These are the fine points. And I've got another white gel pen. They came with the literature as well. And in case you're wondering why it's in this, so this is actually a kitchen jar. This is what you use for pasta, and it has a lid. I don't have a lid anymore, but the reason I like it is because it has flat sides, but it's also got this flat bottom. Do you see? So you have it like this when you want it, but then if I'm working from it, you can tilt it and it goes horizontal because it's got this extra slope. It's designed to be tilted, so that's how it normally stands, and then I tilt it for there. So it's really good for reaching in and seeing your pens if you're working a lot from this. And I've got another one of them which I keep out. I used to put all these away, and then it just meant that I forgot they existed. So these are my duplicates. So I have a spare blender, I have a spare black, and we've got a few spare more Uniball Signos, where I've bought sets and they've come with duplicates. I've even got like a Sharpie here, and that's where I was talking as well about how you get those big rings of Sharpies. Occasionally it brings up duplicates, and so these are all my backup pens. Got some white gel pens there as well, and I keep them out so that I actually remember that when I run out of a pen, I don't go, oh, I need to buy another pen. I've run out of orange, I need to find another orange. I'll go and look, and at least there's a chance that I might remember this exists, because otherwise I forget. Anyway, wow. So I didn't think I had that much, but it turns out I did. Let me put that there. So those are basically all my sort of ink-based pens. Obviously I've not included Derwent ink tents because those are pencils. You'll have to wait another day for me to do my pencil collection. I was thinking I'll do a pencil collection and then like a sort of art supply one for all the acrylic paints and, you know, sparkle things. Like I don't have stickles, but I've got like Dovecraft and, you know, different things like that, embellishments. So I was thinking I'll do a pencil one, and then I'll do a sort of artsy craftsy embellishing type one as well, but that'll be in the future because wow, it's going to take me so long to put everything back. It's good for a tidy up. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And yeah, if you do want to see those next videos, what else I've got in my colouring supplies, then do let me know in the comments. Do you have any of these products? Do you agree with what's good, like the Pen and Gear, and what's not so good, like the Spectrum Sparkles? Let me know what you think of these items. Thank you so much for watching. Did I say that? I've got a habit of saying that twice. Yeah, have a great day. Take care and see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.